has inside information that some of it's going to be struck down. Our country needs new leadership. Look how out of step the Democrats are. In Wisconsin, they forced a recall election on Governor Walker, who all he's done is balance the state's budget. Unemployment is dropping to 2008 levels. He has not laid off anybody. Not one dire prediction made by the unions or the Democrats has come true. Just the exact opposite in Wisconsin. Barack Obama has created $5 trillion in new debt to create an absolute economic mess. And as Romney says, he gets an F, it's a failure. It isn't working. A government-centered society fails every time it tries. Let's go to the audio soundbites. They are in panic mode at MSNBC. They are in panic mode at CNN. They're at panic mode at the Daily Kos. They're in panic mode, the New York Times and the Washington Post. They are in panic. I don't know where they thought this was headed. I don't know what in the world they thought was going to happen. Could somebody tell me what has happened in the last 6 months to suggest that anything other than this was on tap? We've had 3.5 years of Obamaism. We haven't had any real growth in anything other than bad news. Why is this unemployment report so shocking to people? Where's the evidence that it was going to be anything other than what it is? Where is the job growth? Where is the gross domestic product increasing? Where is there any good economic news? Why in the world would anybody expect today to be any different than it is? Now, I'm the mayor of Reelville, and that's a place where things are so simple, sometimes they're hard to understand. But I have this story here. All these experts were expecting the consensus 150,000 new jobs. By the way, why does that number keep popping up? Have you ever wondered why every month is the consensus? And it is, if you read, like I do. The experts every month are predicting that the job growth rate is going to be 150,000. That number's not accidental. 150,000 jobs created in a month in our current circumstances is the number of jobs you need to keep the unemployment rate from going up. And that's all they care about. And they know what to report because the regimes told them what to report. It's to say the old Soviet Union is with their wheat forecasts. Some of you, even those who were alive back in the 70s and 80s, you may not remember this, but I was a Sovietologist because Mr. Buckley was. And I absorbed everything that National Review and the leaders back then were talking about. The Soviet Union, every year, month, whatever, would come out with the most ridiculous forecasts on their wheat crop and everything else. And they were never, ever right. And we were bailing them out. We were selling them wheat, giving them wheat, what have you. It was don't ask me to explain it now. That's a whole show in and of itself. But the point is, the Soviet media, state-controlled, reported it anyway because they knew the trouble they would get into if they told the truth. Well, that's almost the same situation here. There's no consensus expert analysis that says 150,000 jobs are going to be created. Where's the evidence for that? No. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse. I'm just trying to use my profound and abundant logic. Where is the evidence? Last week, last month, 2 months ago, where's the evidence that would give an expert any indication that we're going to have massive job growth in the month of May? In other words, why did people have these expectations? I haven't. The sad thing is that I am not surprised. There could be no other result than this the past 3 years. This is what liberalism does. This is what the Democrat Party is all about. This is what their ideology accomplishes. None of this is a surprise. That's part of the reason I'm depressed. Why don't other people see it? And I checked an email during the break. Why do you care? You're doing okay. Oh, come on. Don't make me explain that in great detail. I'm insulted by the question. And it's not just love of country. There's some personal reasons here. But who wants this? Sadly, there's some who do. That's the real depressing thing, is that some people are happy with this because of what they think it's going to offer them as an opportunity to coalesce even more power, oriented around fixing it. And some people believe that this is all personal or purposeful. I'm one of them. I don't know why anybody would expect anything other than what happened today. There is no evidence out there anywhere that anything other than this jobs number could be true. So I just want to have it on record. I, El Rushbo, am not surprised. But it does depress me. Now, CNN. It's a close number. The number of people who found jobs, 69,000, is actually larger than the number who watched CNN. Now, do you know that? 69,000 people found jobs. That's more people than watch CNN. They hit another 20-year low in May. Had a 20-year low in April, hit another 20-year low in May. Just yesterday, the end of the month, was another 20-year low in ratings. That hadn't been as bad since 1981. And there wasn't any competition in 1981. That was their startup. Pretty close to it. So here's Christine Romans talking to Soledad O'Brien, named after a prison, as Roger Ailes pointed out, and talking about the job numbers.
69,000 jobs created in the month, 69,000, and the forecast was 150. So you had, you did not good. 8.2% unemployment. So the unemployment rate went up, and you had 69,000 jobs created. You lost 13,000 jobs in government. So that means the private sector created 82,000 jobs. It confirms this slowdown that we've seen over the past couple of months. What's worse is April, we thought it was 115,000 jobs. It was really 77,000. So April was worse than expected. And March, 11,000 fewer jobs in March created, only 143,000 there. So you've got 3 months of less job creation than you thought.
Not us. We weren't fooled. We know these numbers get revised down every week. Why don't you? You're the journalist. Here they are reporting this shocking news of the downward revision of the jobs news in March and April. Again, we're not surprised here. They're revised downward every week. 4 weeks equals a month. You're going to get a big number by the time you tabulate the revisions monthly.